Oh my God, look at that. That is why we came to Farlows. All I can say is wow. We're here on the second part of the weekender. We're down at Farlows Lake. It's going to be 36 degrees. The fish are on the top. I took advantage of that. Little cheeky one. But look at that, that's why we come to Farlows. That is just an unreal fish. And if this carries on over the weekend, I'm going to be happy chappy. You, yes, get in there. That will do. What an opener. That will do. Well, what can I say? That is why we come to Farlows. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm burning. I've been burning since 7 o'clock this morning, but I have tried my damnedest to catch one of these, and that's what we got. That's why we come to Farlows. That thing there was just incredible. What an incredible fish. I had my 300 English 30, which was called toe jam, and then I had a fully scaled 301st. That looked exactly the same as that. I think it was about 30, 31. What a start. What an absolute start. Come on, the weekender. To me, carp fishing it's a lifestyle, and a lake like this, it's like a jigsaw. It's there's islands, there's bars, there's little bays, and it's got everything that a carp angler, you know, especially an old school carp angler, really enjoys, like, you know. And the fishing here are just something to behold. Ed, the owner, has done wonders with this place, and the stocking he's put in. You've got fish up to 46 pound. There's about 1,200 fish. They're not 100% sure. You might still have some surprises in here, you know. But there's a lot of 30s in here, and they are fantastic to look at and fantastic to catch, and they scrap like mad. You've seen that beautiful fish I started with, you know, what an opener that is. And we're just going to see how it unravels. We know the weather's going to be hard. It's going to be tough going. But I'm going to do like I always do. I'm going to put 110% into it and have to change and adapt and whatever. We'll just see how it unfolds, and just hope I don't get too sunburnt or get sunstroke. But I'm really looking forward to this one. Really looking forward to it. This is the first time I've ever fished Farlows Big Lake off the top. So I had them going this morning, but we've gone away, we've got the order that I had delivered to the tackle shop, and I've given it 2 or 3 hours, and I put some pellet out there, but they're not really feeding like they were. And I found that on the little lake. I did a session about a month ago, and they fed in the morning, absolutely fantastic. We caught 7, 8 fish. And then there was a big dry spell between sort of 1 o'clock to 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then all of a sudden, boom, like 6, 7 o'clock. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to try it, see if it's the same, because what you find, if it's on the same like water level, which it is, you know, and the lake's only just behind there, they probably act the same way. I'm going to get some pellet out there, and I'm going to use the Calanus liquid, which is the new one from Sticky. This is what I put on. As soon as I put that on as you can see, I've used probably, well, a quarter of a bottle. I put this on the pellet earlier, and I reckon at least another 20, 30 fish. As soon as I dip the hook bait in it, boom, that's when I had the big scaly one. And you don't have to use a lot of it. It's one of those ones you just stick in your bag, use it when you need it. It's a free-flowing amino. Carp are amino acid machines. It's the only thing they can detect without tasting it. That's why they can detect bloodworm in the silt. They're cleverer than we are in their environment, and that's why that is a must for me. I'm going to have that in every time I go fishing, whether it's going to be on the krill boilies, even manila. I'll put it on the manila, but I'm going to put something on the bloodworm pellet. Sorry, not the bloodworm pellet, the floater pellet. So I'm going to get some of those in. You don't have to use a massive amount. Some people just put too much liquid in, and you end up wasting it. Probably, you know, a few capfuls. So that's probably 10 mil. We'll just do 3 capfuls in there, and you'll see. So you're not using massive amounts, you know. So it's just, these things aren't cheap to buy. But once I mix that around, you can see it's not taking a lot to soak all of those pellets. And what you want to do, just give that a good 10 minutes, just so that those aminos go into the amino liquid is sucked into that pellet. Once that's done, you'll see it drying out, because aminos, you can't, I mean, people used to talk about aminos, and they used to go, oh yeah, put them in your boilie, blah, 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 you know. And you boil amino, as soon as you boil it, it's boiled out. As soon as 15 seconds, an amino is dead. That's the way to put amino acids on bait. So it's either on the boilies or on the pellets. So we're gonna get that out and see where we can get some going again. floaters didn't work this afternoon. After having that banging fish today, went to the shop, got all the stuff, went down to the other shop and came back, and I thought, possibly, you know, we're going to get another bite, but it hasn't materialised because we've been absolutely mullered by the seagulls, and that's the frustrating part of floater fishing. It doesn't really matter. It's just part and parcel of fishing, you know. I think if everything like annoyed you, you give up fishing, like, you know, especially the bird life. So all I'm going to do now, I've found a couple of spots that at 17.5 wraps, which is not, you know, this is all new to me, this wrap stuff, you know. It's it's quite funny, but I understand it. I used to walk them down the bank, and, you know, be a long way. I'll be halfway to Hertfordshire now if I was using my old-fashioned methods. But so all I'm going to do is put the rods out tonight. Little 14mm krill boilie in a solid bag. We've got the krill active mix, we've got the bloodworm pellet, and I'm going to put krill active boilies. I'm going to spom them out exactly over the top, and see what materialises tonight. You know, I've got a feeling that I'm not going to put a lot of bait out. It's just one of them. It's been so hot. Every bit of nature is not happy. The mammals, the birds, everything. You know, it's been hardcore today, and I think it's going to be the worst tomorrow. Apparently, 36 degrees. So I'm just going to go for, you know, the one bite tactic with a few of the active mix over the top. The active, sort of not active mix, but the active krill, and I think that might steal me a bite. So that's what I'm going to do. All 3 rods. I've got this little thing that, I don't know, call it OCD, but I have to do everything in 3s. It's a weird thing, but I've always done it. I really struggle to do, like, you know, different bags on or different methods on each rod. If I find something that I think is going to work, it's got to be on all rods, and then I know that it's if it works, I've made the right choice. If not, I'm thinking, oh, was I lucky, you know? So we get this first bag done. Doesn't take long. Like I say, we've got the bloodworm pellet at the bottom, we've got the krill active mix with bloodworm pellet in it, so it breaks down because it ends up in a cylindrical sort of, like, if you press them down like that, that can end up too compact and it doesn't break down very well. But with the bloodworm pellet in, it does. All we're doing, licking the bag, sticking the bag, and like I say, I've got them out. I'm going to do all 3 of them, 17.5 wraps. Normally, over the last sort of few times I've done tuitions down here, these fish have been boshing all over the place, and this time of night you'd think you're going to get a bite. I haven't seen one bosh tonight. You know, everything's a little bit just put out of place, like, you know, because of the weather. It's but that's okay. I'm sure this will probably be a 12 to 2 o'clock, just from experience. It might be a 12 to 2 o'clock bite. At least I can get a little bit of kip tonight. Hopefully the mozzies aren't too bad. They've been biting my ankles, biting my arms, because it's too hot to get in the bag. And hopefully tonight, I reckon 12 to 2 o'clock, we might have another Farlows beauty on the bank. We'll see. We will see. But I'll just get this one wrapped up, get it tied up first. I'm just going to do it 17.5 wraps. That's it, ready to go. So 3 of them deposited out where we've seen the fish taking on the surface. All we can do, fingers crossed, I know the spot I found through leading about, it's like a piece of glass. So I know it's obviously been cleared from, you know, the fish. It's other anglers have been doing 17, 18 wraps, but it's clear as hell. So and I know the bait will pull them in. That krill active is the one at the minute, and I've never seen a bait like it, to be fair. So I'm putting a lot of faith in that. So we'll see what that produces. No. Big bird's nest. It happens. That happens. Don't expect it. It's a, I think the line feels really, really brittle. It's never done this. I've been testing this line for the last, what, 6 months? But it's got, I think it's the sunshine. It's just literally, it just feels really damp. It's like my t-shirt. It's, I don't know. I think that's probably why it just, yeah, doesn't feel the same as it did. It doesn't feel super supple. And that goes to show what the elements will do, but that's okay. These things are sent to testers. We've still got a little bit of light. I've just now got to tie back up the hermit lead. Pop-up's on, just got to dry it out in a bag, and we'll get it out. Ain't no problems, no hassles. I think they know the weather's here. They're saving their energy a little bit. But I've got a feeling they'll get their heads down between 10 and 2 o'clock. And that's my prediction. That's a little prediction. I don't know why. You go for gut feelings. Probably totally bloody wrong, but it feels like, yeah, a 10 o'clock bite between 10 and 2. Normally 2 o'clock's, that's when the big girls feed. 2 o'clock in the morning or 7 to 9 in the morning, like late morning. That's what I've always found, like, you know, so we shall see. Actually, I'm actually buzzing, although it's been 36 degrees today, and after that, you know, that superb fish, going into the night, after a little hiccup with the rod, but I've got them all absolutely perfect, you know, and I sat here thinking about it, and I think, it's something, you know, it's the first night that they've not boshed since I've been up here doing tuitions and whatever. It's the first night the fish haven't boshed, but chatting to the guy next door, he's fished here a lot, and he's had a lot of fish, and he said, the best nights are when they don't bosh. He said that's when they get their heads down. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, what makes a man confident? A good haircut. His missus telling him he looks the man. And then your rod going down with a donk. So, yeah, I've had 3 rods go down with a donk, and I've spotted them out. Nice krill active boilies over the top, nothing else. I don't think I'm going to get any bream action. So I feel like tonight could be a good night. As you can probably tell by my eyes, I literally have had no sleep all night. I haven't been to sleep. The mosquitoes absolutely ate me alive last night, or the midgies or whatever. I got in the bag and oh god. So I was putting floaters out at 2 o'clock this morning, and it's paid dividends because they started just before light. They started, and just behind me is fish taking floaters, and I've just had a fish crash over the middle rod. So it's looking like well, the weather, as you can see now, is much better, and it's not going to be hot today, so hopefully that little bit of cloud cover we'll nick a bite or two. I've been putting them out, these pellets, since 2 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely couldn't sleep because of the midgies, and fruits of my labour. Happy days. She's in. Get in there. Fruits of the labour. Never give up, they say. There you go. It's, I thought it was a 20. It's the way it's fighting, but it's a mid-double, maybe 17. But yeah, happy days. More than welcome. More than welcome. Okay, there you go. That's the fruits of my labour. You know, putting out pellet at 2 o'clock in the morning. Some people probably think you're mad, but yeah, cracking little fish. But what I have noticed, because I kept feeding them, that there's some big fish out there, and they're taking off the top. So we're gonna get this one back. She'll give a good account of herself. Lovely fish, old Colne Valley grey one, and we'll go and see if we can catch her mum. Thank you very much. Yeah, quality. It's sort of got to midday, and the fish are really not having it on the bottom. There's been a couple of lads that have caught, but we haven't. But I've got them going again. It's just the wind's been so variable. But I'll put some pellet out there and I'll put the cap oil on it, and I've got probably 6 or 7 fish going. So, but they seem to take for 5 minutes, and then they're gone. Like, you know. So I'm going to try and capitalise on one of these that are going for it now. Right, well, window of opportunity, absolutely gutted. I'm gutted. It's, to me, it's like I haven't failed, but I had probably 3 or 4 minutes when I had 6, 7 fish going. I'm sorry if I keep looking out there because they are still going now. I've got the seagulls over the top of me, but the wind's coming this way. It's variable. It keeps changing, and I had literally 3 or 4 minutes. They were going mental, and if I'd have had a rod there, I'd have caught one. But where the wind was taking it, it's just so frustrating. It's really frustrating, but that's floater fishing, you know. If you felt that through the main rods, you'd be absolutely going off your nut, like, you know. But this is floater fishing because you can see what's happening. It makes it even more frustrating, but all part of fishing. It's what we love. That's why we go fishing. On these day ticket waters, it's especially the busy ones like you know, like Farlows, your Farlows, your Renyards, your Thorny Weirs. You've got to make the most of it, and you know, quite often you're not in the swim you want to be in. You have just literally got to take the window of opportunity. Like the wind's died down now, and I'm just taking this opportunity to try and get some fish feeding again off the top. And you know, we don't have that privilege of moving because every swim, literally, since this COVID-19 came in at the start of the year. Carpfish has gone mad. They've sold 200% more rod licences. That means there's 200% more carp anglers on the bank trying to fit in. I can't wait for the winter, but we're going to make the most of what we got. And I've got a nice swim, to be fair. It's just I was lucky, you know. I was lucky in that someone went home and I moved in here, so and found this one. But you know, because I've got a bit of open water, I'm not being over, you know, I'm not encroached by too many anglers. So I've got the opportunity to do what I want to do, like the floaters. So it's just, you know, it's just making the most of the swims you got on venues like this. It's that's day ticket fishing. Right, just gonna take you around a little, only just around the corner, and just show you guys what you can actually find in the edges on these. You know, we know how hot it is. We've been speaking about it, and I've just had a little wander around, and I found there's about six, 8 fish under one tree, and about 7 or 8 underneath the other one, and it is literally in the margin, and you would just walk past it. You wouldn't even take any notice. And those carp, no, they just sat under there going, having a little laugh. I mean, there's a couple of guys down there, so we can't fish, but we're just going to have a little look, just out of interest, like, you know. It's just goes to show where they can hide. Just, you know, on hot days like this, it's a little tiny canopy, and we're going to have a look. Right, we're here with Connor. We just come around to have a look at these fish underneath the trees. This is where I had a 33-pound common from last week. And we just thought we'd come and have a look. And as we did, Connor's rod's gone off. He's only lowered it in the underneath the tree. He only lowered it in underneath the tree 10 minutes ago. That's going to be knackered, that one now, so we'll get that one in, mate. You can replace that, can't you? And yeah, his rod's gone off. He's come all the way from Wales. Yeah. Yeah. So have a Colne Valley carp, and there he goes. So that's brilliant, mate. What's your PB common then?
My PB is only 17 pounds.
17? Well, this could be it. PB total.
Yeah.
This could be it. Oh, excellent, excellent. Get in there. Well done, mate. Right, here we go. Just walked round, met young Connor, but he's travelled all the way from Wales up the Colne Valley and he's got himself a Colne Valley carp. We haven't weighed it yet, it's PB 17. It's pretty close, isn't it? But he's, you're pretty chuffed with that, aren't you? Yeah. He's done really well. We've come round to have a look at the fish underneath the bushes. And this boy, he's onto it already and he's caught one. 10 minutes that's been lowered in, so very good angling, mate, well done. Here's one of exactly what I've been talking about. Little hole like this, underneath a little canopy. I walked around here earlier, 6 or 7 fish in there, you wouldn't credit it. You know, there's little tiny overhangs, but there's a lovely gravel spot down there, and I've seen them on the spot, fed them on the spot, and they're literally all the way along, there's little tiny canopies, and yesterday there's a smaller canopy up there, and there was some big fish under there, like 30 pounders. And it just goes to show, on these pressured venues, don't ignore the little tiny dolly holes like this, you know, and you will find the fish underneath them, and you can catch them during the daytime, you know. Not saying you can still catch them at night, but during the daytime, that's when they come into places like this and hide, you know. Generally at night time they'll be out in the open water, but they'll visit places like this, so just don't ignore them. Keep your eye on those sorts of things, and it'll put more fish on the bank for you. Well, what a day. It's as you can tell by my eyes, it's coming to the end of the day. Very tired. Hellish night last night with the with the warm weather, 24 degrees. You can't even get in your sleeping bag. Tonight, it's a different night, and we've had a good day. And seeing young Connor from Wales catching his fish, he's gone on to have a few more, and fantastic. You know, and we were talking about those spots earlier. It's made my day, that has. You know, I remember when I was a young lad. And to see his face, you could see how excited he was, latching onto a big monster carp, you know. And I think that's something that a lot of people lose sight of. And I certainly haven't. I'm going to be quite greedy today, being that I want a 30 pounder. I've done a few changes today. I've put on the new mulbs, and I'm really going to give them a go tonight. And I've got a feeling, I remember the old Hutchie days when that Mulberry Florentine, he used to catch loads of fish, and I've put that out over the Krill Active. And I've ground up into the bag some of the Krill Active boilies, and I just got that feeling something really good's going to happen tonight. I don't know why, but nice feeling to go sleep on, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my head down, get some sleep, and try and look beautiful for the morning. Doubt that's going to happen, but there we go. I'll see you guys later. I'd have to say, quite sadly, it's come to an end. It's been an absolute fantastic session for me. The one thing I don't like is weather like that. I know how the carp act, but started off the session with that incredible fish, incredible, and you know, to catch a fish that beautiful off the top, amazing. You know, that's what you call a high. You know, that's fishing, highs and lows, and you know, if they're all highs all the time, it wouldn't be the one. So I found it very frustrating. The second day, I got plagued by bream, you know, and I'm sure I was going to get a carp bite because the wind was up. The first 24 hours was horrendous, 36 degrees, 24 at night, couldn't sleep, still out any sleep because I was kept up all last night, you know, with the bream, but really frustrating at the end. But what a venue, you know, we walked around, we showed in the, you know, we showed in the footage that the fish will literally stay under little bushes. We didn't have that privilege in this swim, but the young lads, the two Welsh lads, you know, they've gone round and he's had 4 or 5 bites now, and all from that little spot we showed you. And I'd rather they caught the fish, to be fair, than me. You know, it's I've caught plenty in my time, and to see those young lads, and he's had a PB, he's had a 27 pounder, which was fantastic. So that's made my trip. You know, that's what it should be. It's not all about, you know, getting jealous or anything like that. I'd rather he caught it, and he did. So fair play to you, Connor, and I'll go home a happy man. You know, I've had a couple of fish, 6 bream, I had a massive bream, and it must have been 14, 15 pounds, you know. But yeah, not what we come desired effect, but I knew the pop-ups worked, I knew my spot was working, just unfortunate. But until next time, we'll be at a different venue, and I'm looking forward to whatever, you know, going to these different venues and putting your wits against it. You learn a lot, and I've learned a lot this trip, and I'll take it with me, and I'll definitely be coming back to Farlows, 100%.